This is the Election Bureau. Hello and welcome to the Channel One Newsroom from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu, and coming up, former President of the National House of Chiefs, Togbi Afede, the 14th, concerned about recent Supreme Court decisions, describing some of them as appearing to be illogical.
And some of the decisions that emanate from the Judiciary have not been very inspiring. We want a Judiciary that we all know exists to protect all of us, ensure freedoms.
Meanwhile, former President John Kufuor urges caution in the public's criticism of the Supreme Court in the light of his recent judgment on the Parliament vacant seat saga.
Me come could you Mr. say I am because the Constitution is supreme and Pakistan and she shall enforce republicanity.
Still on the CNR, NPP flag bearer Mahmoud Bawumia promises to make Ghana a medical tourist center should he be elected president.
Our agenda 111 no you be a medical tourist destination in the sub-region. You first class machinery nipa be free amanoni for medical tourism.
Pro-NDC independent candidate in the Amenfi Central constituency withdraws from race to support the NDC's Joanna Kujo, who was earlier disqualified by the EC but now cleared to run following the vacation of an injunction slapped on her by the High Court.
Na mimi yashesumami nemum efrewrana yeden waba na efrewrana ye friend saying Madam Joanna Jan Kujo Aruno Yoruba Tampa Amenfi Central.
We are grateful that you took time off to join us on the CNR here on Channel One Television. Let's settle for details of our stories, and we start with the Bawumia of the Asogli State, Togbi Afede the 14th. He's raised concerns about recent developments within Ghana's judiciary, suggesting that some rulings appear illogical. His comments come amidst debate over the parliamentary impasse caused by Speaker Alban Bagbe's application of Article 97(1)(g), an age of the Constitution, to declare 4 parliamentary seats vacant, a decision later overturned by the Supreme Court, which ruled that the Speaker had overstepped his authority. Togbi Afede believes the judiciary's perceived predictability could undermine Ghana's democracy. He shared these views during an interview at the 9th congregation of the Ensign Global College in Kpong in the Lower Manya-Krobo municipality of the Eastern region.
Well, it's unfortunate that, as the former Chief Justice said, Judiciary has become very predictable. It's unfortunate, and some of the decisions that emanate from the Judiciary have not been very inspiring. We want a Judiciary that we all know exists to protect all of us, ensure freedoms, ensure fair justice delivery. But happenings recently have given us cause for concern. Sometimes some of the way things, the laws are interpreted just defy logic. You see it written black and white, you can understand the English, but then it's given other interpretations that do not help to strengthen our democracy, strengthen rights and freedoms and justice. But very importantly, I think going to elections, we all have to work hard to ensure absolute free and fair election.
Now, still on the Supreme Court, and former President John Kufuor has called for circumspection and restraint in public criticism of key state institutions, including the Supreme Court. His comments follow a recent ruling by the Apex Court that declared Speaker Bagbe's decision to declare 4 parliamentary seats vacant as unconstitutional, a ruling that has sparked heated public and political debate. In a media engagement, former President John Kufuor stressed the need to uphold respect for democratic institutions.
Before talk of checks and balances, to the parliament, they are working. It means separation of powers. I subscribe to that. I want to checks and balances. Say, pass will be and baby na what you know, dear. Oh, dear, no chima, or bacatro, also the chima, also a catcher. But the result would be a more rounded outcome for everybody. But along the way, criticism shouldn't be over. Me come could ya mistress say I am Bonye. And they say Supreme Court. Yes, they say the Constitution is supreme and Pastor Sana and she shall in the Fourth Republic sanity. Constitution and it say but be our interpretation and now which has what Constitution and by Fako Supreme Court. Now Supreme Court no entrance and simple. No one tries to pass any constitution of that. So, court in Yaka, Monso, and Monfanya Juma. Now, as a non-chance crime, and the Supreme Court never saw a Quackasm, but Tassom Nadu. On the auto. Now, my baby, and now will be on a stakeholder. I could say, Court, Monsieur Mamma, dear Sanya, an institution we are now paying way or cancer. We have a constitution now constitution the Supreme Court for Scotland and say I had them I find a family I be a member of many now be comfortable say.
Well, it's a few weeks to election 2024 here in the Republic of Ghana. So let's focus on some election-related stories, shall we? So political parties and electoral commission officers busied themselves on Sunday to sort out presidential and parliamentary ballot papers that arrived in the Ashanti region ahead of the December polls. The National Democratic Congress NDC had initially raised concerns about the place given by the Regional Police Command to store the material that was later changed. Channel One News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani has been following that story.
These trucks arrived at a police training school in the Ashanti region at about 1 a.m. on Sunday. They contain presidential and parliamentary ballots that will be used for the December polls. Political party representatives from regional and constituency levels, as well as regional and district electoral officers, were there to take stock of the materials. A designated area provided by the police to store the ballots was disputed by the NDC as the party insisted it was not comfortable with the chosen area. The police changed the storage room following the concerns.
The first place that they showed us, we weren't comfortable with that area or that warehouse, so we protested it and the police and the AC accepted it. So as you can see, we all approved one warehouse that was being stored by mattresses and other things. So they told us that we should remove that mattresses from that warehouse so that we can use it for the ballot paper, and we did it.
The police administration provided the place for us. Upon inspection, the NDC raised objection that they are not comfortable with the area, so another room had to be arranged, and the room was loaded with a lot of materials. So the NDC people helped to bring them out because it's all upon their request that that room was going to be used. And they are not comfortable with where it is going to be stored. What is left, what we are doing right now is they are checking the serial numbers of the seals of the EC and other the political parties, and then the serial numbers of the booklets. You know, the booklets, they come in fourfold: 100 booklets, 50 booklets, 25 booklets, and 10 booklets. And everybody's checking to see, because we have the serial numbers already with us. It was given to us from Accra, and they are cross-checking to see, to verify whether or not they are what they are said to be.
The parties also inspected the serial numbers on the trucks before they were opened. Both the NDC and the MPP say they will monitor to ensure the safety of the ballots until election day.
And we are also here with our men. We are making sure that the delivery is done in an orderly manner, and at the end of the day there will be no cause for suspicion. Whoever is winning is destined to win, and we know that MPP is going to win this election. We have to get our things and our acts right, and this is one part of the processes, and we are doing what is expected of us, what our leaders have asked us to do. At the end of the day, I believe that we're going to win the election, and once the NDC and other political parties are involved in the processes and there's transparency and fairness, it is open to everybody. They will not have any cause to complain at the end of the day.
We are vigilant, we are ready for power. Inshallah, Ashanti region is going to decide who to lead this country, and NDC is ready. John Dramani Mahama will be the next president of the Republic of Ghana, so we don't want to leave any stone unturned. So after the sorting, we will bring our security, internal security, to protect the ballot papers. So on the 5th or 6th, that the ballot will go back to the various constituencies.
The materials that were packaged according to constituencies were handed over to the respective areas for the sorting process to be done. It has been a busy Sunday for political party representatives who have come to the police depot to monitor the arrival of the ballot materials which will be used for the December polls. All the parties have taken notes of the various serial numbers and have monitored them. These ballot materials will be in custody, and the police will ensure they are safe until December 7, when they will be released for the elections. Hafiz Tijani, Channel One News, Kumasi, Ashanti region.
Now, MPP flag bearer Dr. Amadu Bawumia has promised to turn Ghana into a health tourist destination in Africa. This, he says, will be achieved by constructing well-equipped health facilities across the country through initiatives like Agenda 111. Channel One News' Hansen Najiman was with Dr. Amadu Bawumia on his tour and now has his report.
Sunday's 1.5 journey took the NPP flag bearer to one of the settler constituencies in the Ashanti region, Setra From Plains. The constituency has been dominated by the opposition National Democratic Congress since its creation in 2012. The NPP has, however, been strategic in endearing itself towards the people, increasing its vote share in the presidential election from 28.3% to 40.36% in 2020. For the parliament, the NPP has made commendable gains, reducing its loss margin from 3,819 in 2012 to 157 votes in 2020. Though the party has changed its parliamentary candidate, who has been on the ticket since 2012, party folk are confident that the new candidate will build on the gains. Some residents have been assessing Dr. Bawumia's chances ahead of the 2024 polls.
Cement, upper 100 cities, no. Ama ya wasu no. Na bro, eboro na cement ewo fem no. Na bro akosoro pa no, e bia 340. Be na cement ya ba 100 cities no. Abro so akọ 1000. And it is all told abro one bag ya. Put me to cement 8 and numbers. And ye dey hu say nima mo ya dia. Ya nyama so a enfude na yenya no so ya ton a etimi to nyama bebre ma ye.
Dr. Bawumia, on the other hand, announced plans to create jobs through addressing the housing deficit across the country.
Yeah, so eba, yeah, beboa, mabunu nyina anya ejuma. Ene, osha Ghana ye here dying bebre. We need housing. Intimate housing policy. Eba ye besisi a dying district bia ye besi a dying. Na usi daya ejuma bebre ebeba. Masons benye ejuma, carpenters benye ejuma, plumbers benye ejuma, electricians benye ejuma, painters benye ejuma, roofers benye ejuma, windows people benye ejuma. So yeah, housing policy no edi ejuma baba.
The NPP flag bearer then visited Kufuor and Ifiduasi, which though our neighboring constituencies to Setra From Plains have voted massively for the NPP. Dr. Bawumia, addressing chiefs and people of Kufuor, shared his vision of making Ghana a health tourist destination.
Ghana with our agenda 111 no ye be a medical tourist destination in the sub-region. Ye nya first class machinery nipa be free amano ne for medical tourism. And dia ada wakoma so pa ye nursing training college. Wakana so. The idea me so me pese ani GSM wo ho. The nursing training college has been approved for Kufuor. It has been approved. As for the accreditation, any problem. Any farmer instruction na umwaye ne hoejuma na umwamamo.
It's 20 days to the 2024 general elections. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is still campaigning in the Ashanti region. On Sunday, he visited a stronghold of the NDC, Central Plains, and two other strongholds of the NPP. He outlined policies like bridging the housing deficit and making Ghana a health tourist destination. Reporting for Channel One News, Hansen Ajiman.
And here in our studios at number 5, Ola Hansen, Lena Tessano in Accra. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. You're watching CNR on Channel One Television. Still ahead. Pro-NDC independent candidate in the Amenfi Central constituency withdraws from the race to support the NDC's John Akujo, who was earlier disqualified by the Electoral Commission but now cleared. More on that and other stories when we come back. Please stay with us.
Dr. Bawumia once said,
the economy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
The unemployment rate, which stood at just 8% in 2016, has hit an all-time high of 15%. The latest 2024 Afrobarometer indicates that unemployment is the biggest problem facing the nation. You trust this liar at your own peril. Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva Pop and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Get ready.
Every objection against you is hereby dismissed.
For Impact 2024 with the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, Reverend Dr. Eastwood Anaba, Apostle Joshua Selman, Apostle Isi Igeneba, Bishop Dr. Bernard Ojiri Asari, and Reverend Dr. David Entry. November 24th to December 1st, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily at Action Chapel International, Prayer Cathedral, Dominion Arena. For inquiries or pass information, call 059-230-0069.
Introducing Rexona Non-Stop Protection 72-hour antiperspirant with breakthrough microtechnology that forms a stronger sweat barrier. Tested to the limit, even during the most intense workout.
Still clean, dry, and fresh for longer.
Try the new Rexona 72-hour non-stop protection for clean, dry, and fresh underarms every day.
John, mema wakwaba.
Yeah, so.
Alaji, mema wakwaba.
Yeah.
John, I had a bro, one.
we dey amagana nti na menemo wan se mreka kran mi jara ho to no nti na ma saba
Alaji ahade brawo
yo me da se mo amonim tamana ama wa ho kire mo miana na me boaboa ne kakra na se de my crowd say me pese me be ware no na me ko siesie no na me man san gina ne na so biom no ye kra behwe
yo abusuafo yesempa yo amagana wasumo
mentumi ensan mechi sho bread baby a wode me fam amane hu baby mentumi biom forward ever backwards never
John wo okwan a wode me bai fa so ahokire ekom dum so hwa me nana ni ya free SHS ya baya kom anya school anko edehwe ya o ma yefe
ase o ma se sambe shobo sa ho mache tu okro kokra meko band de makwa ko yiska e de abra magana na maboni dwetire ama na starting kokon ketenkete
Akunta, you are still incompetent.
2% side mami abrabo eto chacha to say aviator there be emaso.
Alaji has also promised us jobs through digitalization. Ejimambe busise.
Alaji de metenenso a ne masore emiri bia mekani abesa no otimi to kanea light e woni phone so e ma me ba bia wonam bia yo amagana enye me me ware amawo Alaji ni Jones ni wa choose
no ababa say eye Alaji number 1
Alaji number 1
Esuro.
You're welcome back. Now, Dr. Karl McAhin, one of the two independent candidates in the Amenfi Central parliamentary race, has withdrawn his candidature to support the NDC's Joanna Jan Kujo as a campaign manager. Dr. Ahin contested but lost in the NDC's initial primaries. His withdrawal comes days after the Secondary High Court cleared Joanna Jan Kujo to contest after the court vacated its earlier injunction. Speaking at a rally at Chekrom in the constituency, Dr. Karl McAhin said he was only a caretaker candidate for the NDC following Joanna Kujo's disqualification by the EC. Now that she is eligible to contest, Dr. Ahin encouraged all to vote for her. Channel One News' Western Regional correspondent, Akwesi Jenim, has more.
Dr. Karl McAhin, until now, was the second independent parliamentary candidate for the Amenfi Central constituency and set fourth place on the ballot paper. He served as the NDC's Deputy International Relations Officer and contested Joanna Jan Kujo, but lost in the Amenfi Central primaries. Speaking at a rally at Chekrom in the constituency to denounce his candidature in support of Joanna Jan Kujo, Dr. Karl McAhin said it was all to give the NDC a voice in the parliamentary contest following the court issues with their candidate.
Na mimi yehweso mami yehweso mami na mom efrewura na yeden waba na efrewura ne yefe ne sen Madam Joanna Jan Kujo onu no yo batampa ema Amenfi Central ene me amijira mi vote aya mami Joanna Jan dia mebusi of vote aya mami Joanna Jan dia. It is shown up when you like a train is there. Who's who vote? I am a Joanna Jandia. May you yet your vote. I am a penina that John Dramani Mahama. And let me declare, sir, men can't be him. So, me picture was through a qua. Young in a Kotomoti, a year 2, a year 8.
The national chairman of the NDC, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, while commending Dr. Karl McAhin, said he has not broken any party rules since it is the party that forced him to contest as independent candidate following the court wrangling.
Na sa independent idea, yanya party panimfo, and yet transi, eka say, sa kwaya, court to no de fasono. Ya unu se bibi sha chire MPP for Shachire. Wama Jane said, Ye join a free wa, and this is for Yobia and Trabamano. Now the Tibia, now MPP for Befa Kunyano for the first time since 1992. And ye can say, and ye Kamas, Koya helping Jia na Shebabi. Nayamfa Eyezu Nayasu Yamfa Uno Enunti Omu Party Mrabiaso Enunti Da ye declare case no Ena party panim for friend no dana say every neko Unya candidate bim Kokoya campaign manager Emma Joanna Jan Kujo na yentimi anya city.
Joanna Jankujo, who is NDC's Amenfi Central parliamentary candidate, thanked Dr. Karl McAhin and the NDC supporters. She further promised to work with him and all to ensure that she returns the Amenfi Central seat for the NDC.
Na menka sabe bledia me pesa ya kachile Amenfi Central na nanom omai ene Ghana fo nyina se yeda obibi ase esan se de ye komo no ye nyankopon kwan ne tumi agi ye firim enti wo kofia wo mo aye omo ni ha no ka kire omo se emla so se wo be ya campaign wo go house to house door to door obi aye oboni afacha no ka kire se menu ni asem biem se Joanna abankwan ne de ye beto aba ye ni anya kan ye se mo de Joanna abla ye de
With Dr. Karl Ahin out of the way of the contest, Joanna Jan now has MPP's Albert Ako and the independent candidate Kwachaka, who is actually the incumbent MP to beat in order to actually climb the Amenfi Central parliamentary seat. For Channel One TV News, I'm Akwese Jenim, Amenfi Central.
Now, the Hohoe constituency in the Volta region has seen significant political shifts in recent elections. Traditionally, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, dominated the seat until the New Patriotic Party's John Peter Amewu won the seat in 2020, marking a historic victory. Amewu secured 55.26% of the vote, defeating the NDC's Professor Margaret Kweku, who received 44.74% of the votes. This ended the NDC's 28-year stronghold on the constituency. For the 2024 general elections, the dynamics are heating up. Amewu, the incumbent MP, is confident about increasing his share of the vote to 64%, citing his developmental agenda in Hohoe as a major driver of his popularity. NPP constituency chairman for Hohoe in a Channel One News interview cited development projects and employment opportunities given the youth, which he claims will reflect on their vote for John Peter Amewu. Here's a report.
The Hohoe constituency in the Volta region has seen significant political shifts in recent elections. Traditionally, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, dominated the seat until the New Patriotic Party's John Peter Amewu won the parliamentary seat in 2020, marking a historic victory. Amewu secured 55.26% of the vote, defeating the NDC's Professor Margaret Kweku, who received 44.74%. This ended the NDC's 28-year stronghold on the constituency. For the 2024 general elections, the dynamics are heating up. Amewu, the incumbent MP, is confident about increasing his share of the vote to 64%, citing his developmental agenda in Hohoe as a major driver of his popularity. MPP's constituency chairman for Hohoe in a Channel One News interview cited developmental projects and employment opportunities given the youth, which he claims will reflect in their vote for John Peter Amewu.
Oh, well, JP's going back to Parliament is a must for the holistic development of Hohoe constituency. You know, the democratic dispensation has started since 1992, and we've had several MPs representing Hohoe in Parliament. That is from the NDC. So only in 2020 that the MPP candidate, the person of John Peter Amewu, has taken the seat. But we have seen the difference. The development exploits of John Peter Amewu as compared to just in 4 years, as compared to the 28 years of NDC reign in Parliament, it's unprecedented. Talk of the infrastructure developments, and then human capacity building, getting jobs for the youth. It has never happened. And for that matter, some people have benefited. Some are still in the pipe, in the queue waiting to get their benefits. And once John Peter has taken the constituency at heart and has started developing the constituency, it behoves on all of us to give him a thank you vote for the 2024 so that he continues to help us, so that those who have not gotten theirs today, tomorrow they will also get.
Meanwhile, the NDC has expressed determination to reclaim the seat with their candidate, Wolanyo Chepo, emphasizing public dissatisfaction with the MPP and promising a strong campaign to rally support. Richard Vojobe, a coconut vendor in the Hohoe municipality, who spoke to Channel One News, indicated that despite NDC's 28-year leadership in the Hohoe constituency, little can be seen out of their leadership. He said John Peter Amewu must be given the nod again to represent the constituency.
Johnny. Because I know so many years. I get villages though. I'm probably Akadi play a more. Numio mepo. Atama jibene. Adolase. Ake mi akoji body. Kone. Minya bela wo. Ela wo geche. Ami akoji body. Dola wo. Tanuka mi anamon popo mi wa we continue. Daniel nyebon popo tinua. Mbiga push o ya aga we wa wusigbe.
Meanwhile, some youths in the constituency raised concerns on the poor construction of roads prior to the 2020 elections, which deteriorated some few months after the election. They say the road will be a major determinant in the upcoming elections. Although they admitted that some developmental works have been done, some say they have lost trust in Peter Amewu.
Development in Hohoe, I feel like something like the stadium is the best for me, because the Hohoe, there is nowhere when you feel like you want to entertain yourself you can go, but so the youth always go to nightclubs and things. We who are not fan of that, we are fan of football, so the stadium has brought so much joy to some of us, but we need more. Our roads and more youth are unemployed. Some of us, we want to join the services, but it's money and we don't have money to afford those protocols, so we are hoping on for the government. I don't care who wins, I just want change to come.
Coming to Hohoe, that was 2019, somewhere September thereabout. That was when they did the Fodoma to Hohoe road, but in less than 2 months the road got spoiled again. So then we do not see any further proper maintenance of the road until now. This election time, before they started scraping the road, we don't know whether they will do it or they will not. So for MPship there, he loses trust until recently that he started coming again. So Amaru there, we do not have any trust. As me per se, I do not have any trust in him.
Boss, they said there are much development in Hohoe. When you come, they say Amewu have changed Hohoe constituency, Hohoe township into a Dubai. Look at our roads. Under Amewu, we saw them constructing road. They start the quota on Sunday. Wednesday, they are patching quota in Hohoe. You can go to the Zongo and see it. They constructed the road on Sunday. Wednesday, they are patching the road. Is that a development? Amewu said he have dug 170 boreholes, which the video is viral. I challenge him, you should show me only 2.
Some NDC loyalists who spoke to Channel One News also want their candidate, Wolanyo Chepo, to be given the nod, as they say his developmental works can benefit his constituency.
On the part of our MP, Honorable John Peter Amewu, when he came in 2020 campaigning, he promised to fix the Eastern Corridor Road for us for 4 years now. the road remain unattended to. He hasn't done anything about it. In fact, we have not even heard of him talking about it on the floor of Parliament. So the road is still in that deplorable state it was before he became the MP. So we are not happy about that one. That is one of the boxes we are checking, which is why we feel we don't need him to represent us again in Parliament. In terms of representation, we were expecting him to come anytime maybe Parliament is on recess, to come and consult us or talk to us. Okay, this is what we have been doing in Parliament, and solicit our support and views for some of government processes or projects, policies and programs. He hasn't done that one too. For example, e-levy. Before e-levy will be passed, most Ghanaians were not in favor of that draconian tax. So we were expecting our MP to consult us, solicit our views on that tax. Unfortunately, he voted for e-levy in Parliament. Meanwhile, if you look at the standard of living of the people living in the constituency, we don't need such taxes now. So, in fact, that is one area the MP has failed us. So, we want someone who can represent us fairly in Parliament. Anytime there are policies and programs from government, the person will consult us. And that is what Walanyo Chekbo is promising the people of Hohoe constituency. So far, he has delivered on that thing. So we believe, giving him the nod, he will do more than that. Even though he's yet to get to Parliament. Now, he has that project called Water for Life project. So far, about 34 water projects has been done all across the constituency. So it is our belief that even the person didn't get to Parliament and he's doing this much, giving him the nod, he will do more for us.
The MPP in Hohoe, however, says its candidate must continue the good works he began. They tout him as a developmental agent who needs the votes of the constituents.
Are rallying our massive and unprecedented support behind the candidature of Honorable John Peter Amewu, who happens to be the Member of Parliament for the Hohoe constituency, given his track record of human-centered development. Look, today in the history of Hohoe, the youths can boast of massive jobs. It has never happened in the history of Volta region. We have youths who are employed in the Ghana Police Service, youth who are employed in the Ghana Immigration Service, all the services you can talk about: Bank of Ghana, GRA, Senate, VRA, Ministry of Ghana Railway Development Authority, Ghana Railway Company Limited. You can talk of, just name them, National Petroleum Authority, VRA. Look, we have youths in the constituency here. Because of Honorable John Peter Amewu, they have opportunity to school outside. They have gotten international scholarship, the sponsorship. Look, we have youths in the constituency over here who today can beat their chest and say that we have, look, youths that are into trade. Yes. He has empowered youths that want to go into skill acquisition, not leadership. So we the youth are saying that we are not going to mortgage the future, our future, for anything. So we are going to maintain Honorable John Peter Amewu until further notice. When he decides that he's hanging his boot, then we will now take a decision. But till then, Honorable John Peter Amewu remains.
For constituency in the Hohoe constituency, the issue of roads is one of the major factors which will determine how they vote in the upcoming elections. According to them, although several developmental projects have been brought to the constituency by the sitting MP John Peter Amewu, there's still more which needs to be done, especially in terms of road, before the elections. Reporting for Channel One News from Hohoe in the Hohoe municipality of the Volta region, my name is Desmond Selasiago.
You're still watching the Channel One Newsroom on Channel One Television. Still ahead, we'll bring you a report that looks at transport policies that have been proposed by the various political parties ahead of the elections. More on that in a jiffy. Please stay with us.
Under the MPP, we have arrested the rapid depreciation of the city.
A nose-diving currency
Why are you running?
which has rather arrested the person who said he would arrest, he had arrested it.
I understand.
The dollar has rather arrested him. And so we're looking for him, we can't find him. I asked the IGP if he had the key so that we could find where our Vice President was, and he said he doesn't have it.
I'm still amazed by the stuff that comes out of your mouth.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Stuck on you. Ooh, obsessed with you. I'm obsessed.
With Showmax, your favorite characters now follow you anywhere. Download it today and watch the best in local, international, and everything in between.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
I can make conquer the game.
Never stops until the job is done. Turn your home and business into an internet highway and experience the revolution of working and playing without limits. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh to sign up for MTN Fiber for home and business today. Another morning, another day filled with possibilities. My old car reflects my journey, and today could be the day I take a big step forward. Anything is possible. Just think about it.
My shelves are ready to be filled, and soon the flat rate will open up exciting new opportunities. I can already envision a vibrant shop bustling with customers, all eager to discover what I have to offer.
I feel optimistic about import costs. Why? Because with DMB flat duty rates, my expenses will be more manageable. I can see my business thriving.
Every moment spent with my son brings back wonderful memories.
I tell you, my son, with my digital skills, now one can create games in a website.
Esuro, boot number 1 on the ballot.
Now, the transportation system in the Greater Accra region remains a major concern for commuters and drivers, with experts warning of a looming crisis. As elections draw near, Channel One News' Sheba Araba Benin investigates whether transport policies will sway voters and whether political parties are truly prioritizing the issues of transport.
During peak hours in Accra, the challenges of Ghana's transportation system rears its ugly head. With commuters waiting for hours at bus stops, the issues are no less frustrating, with traffic congestion, roads riddled with potholes, and rising fuel costs making daily commute a challenge for all.
The whole Ghana. Utumisi mu 5. No bedru ha 9 and 10. Traffic here. Who didn't so cause traffic no. Yentimi nchire. Me ubisa me ntimi nchire.
Recently on my Takwa main road, you know. Walk to me traffic to me stop about 2 hours now with him. And I'm going to acquire day.
Kaya beto abayi krampo sanka fuwa ni bafem kakra. Anso fuwa ni beto abayi mum na ekosoro. So it is only part of a car. This can be 50 series. Also we are charging maybe 70 series. Or power choice what's to mean yano enko. Na ro ba fa wi no. Ma se ko fia ba se bi beto petrol wi na usika nyina no. Akaketu wi. Yeah.
Transportation policies often feature prominently in political manifestos, sometimes as standalone commitments or woven into broader cost of living strategies. In 2020, the New Patriotic Party MPP manifesto pledged to accelerate road infrastructure development through toll financing. However, the controversial abolition of road tolls in 2022 sparked criticism. The party also promised to revive metro mass transit in regional capitals and implement urban traffic decongestion policies alongside port and landing site development. Fast forward to 2024, the New Patriotic Party now pledges to introduce electric vehicles and reduce fuel costs through the Gold for Oil policy.
Incentivize private sector stakeholders within the transport space to move towards EV vehicles. But in saying that people should move towards EV vehicles, one of the things is to make sure that they are charging points. So this is one woven around creation of jobs and the reduction of cost of living.
On the other hand, the National Democratic Congress NDC has maintained a consistent focus on developing the railway system, inland water transportation, road safety measures, and the legalization of Okada. In 2024, the party adds plans to revitalize the Tama Oil refinery to lower fuel costs and reduce traffic congestion.
And GM has stated very clearly that toll will be reinstated. Toll will be resourced. Bus will be resourced to make sure that they have the capacity and means to produce the necessary fuel for this country. Other activities, including other private refineries, if they are coming, they will come in to complement what the government is doing.
A return of the Ayalolo transport system, which has failed to fulfill its purpose, is also a key promise.
On roads, of course, over the years, they have stood there and there'll be challenges. We'll see how we'll resuscitate them. And the scheme that has been put in place will review and work towards the target of looking at inner city transportation, reduce the congestion, deploy new technological methods, get the private sector to be involved in this.
Other parties, like the Movement for Change, are not left out, offering their plans to address Accra's transport challenges.
Complete overhaul of the public transportation and rapid mass transit systems in Accra. 2. Inner city traffic decongestion and effective traffic management control in Accra. 3. Reconstruction of Accra town roads and community streets and lanes.
But how well are these promises resonating with voters ahead of the elections?
If they can get just one person to do all of them, I think it will be good. I can choose one and leave the other. They are all important. So the person coming to power should try and do all of them for us.
Because I'm paying for no politicians, but now seat now, and as I'm voting, as I'm back, better was more about my to the bebre, but Nenkai and
Despite these promises, many voters remain skeptical. They attribute Ghana's transportation struggles to poor implementation and are raising doubts about whether this election will bring real change.
Kasa no yabre. Oh, kasa yebe kan ba ni ye. Dia wo kan say obi si obema na stop. Say ka ye magic no man stop wa medi na chi say akokọ no.
Gold, do you mean gold? Yeah, the gold, original gold, the youngest oil. It doesn't make sense for a human being. Okay, gold oil, which one values? Now the gold moment oil. Pharisee.
Ahead of the 2024 general elections, transportation may just seem to be one of the major concerns for voters. Electric vehicles, road constructions, and the decongestion of traffic here in Ghana are just a few of the policies by these many political parties. But which one of them will be enough to garner votes for the parties ahead of the elections? Reporting for Channel One News, my name is Sheba Arba Benin.
Well, this is the Election Bureau. Stay tuned in for more comprehensive and timely coverage of the 2024 elections. Follow us for real-time updates and join the conversation using the hashtag GhanaPolls2024. Now, as the December 7 elections approach, some communities have declared their intention not to participate in the election, citing a lack of development in their areas. These communities struggle with essential services, including access to good roads, electricity, quality schools, and clean drinking water. Residents claim that politicians only visit their communities during election seasons, neglecting them the rest of the time. In the Njobilobo community, located in the Tatale-Sanguli constituency, residents have pledged to boycott the upcoming elections unless they receive concrete assurances from politicians. Our correspondent in the northern region is Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira.
Upon visiting these communities, one might question whether they are truly part of Ghana, given the glaring lack of development. The community has been left behind with no significant improvements. Access roads are in dire condition, with sections submerged in water and riddled with potholes, making travel difficult. In Njobilobo, basic amenities such as clean water, electricity, and adequate school facilities are scarce. Frustrated residents feel forgotten by their leaders and have decided not to vote unless they see a commitment to bringing development. Channel One had to navigate poor routes to reach Njobilobo. The two primary routes from Tatale through Nahayile and from Zabzugu are both in terrible shape. Despite its challenges, the community is home to nearly 2,000 voters. The area's Member of Parliament, Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, Thomas Mbomba, has yet to address these issues. A community elder and other residents shared their concerns with Channel One, stating they will not vote in December unless politicians promise to improve their conditions.
Kata tuwe na gbamba ta kpadota ta kpanyin isa maka biduwa yung maka be kata tuwe na gbamba mbalantigi na tuwe ta bagalan tuwe bitaba da kanda tuwe kisu kudir karkar galir ba ngati sali ho ko ngun ka bungun ga ya gwa wi lo gur ka pa te ba ngam to na ti su de ga bu ga ya ka te be bangi te chat kar ga pa ka do wa gba to na ba ta ga to na la bi
yani light yani nsuo yani nsuo ha nti yadi mo ha pa ana kwan yani bi say edun so tobire a yantimi nkwa nika so bi ba yale a yani dota wa ha yantimi mfa no nkwa dota nti ya yaka nso ye to aba so efi bia ye to aba yeso yani ne hi a ye to aba no ye to no kwa hwi yenye bi yama ya ibre wa ha pa.
Our community is threatening not to vote this time around because we've been voting, but looking at how other places are developing, it's like we are left out. But my appeal to the community is they should let us take part in decision making, because whether we vote or we don't vote, the winner will still win and the loser will still lose. So I think that it is good to take part in decision making. But what I want politicians to remember is that the late President Mills, Professor Mills, once said, every vote matters. So if every vote matters, and a community of a population of 1,251 voters does not matter, then I want the politicians to think about it.
The community's primary and junior high schools are in disrepair. The junior high has no secure structure. Its roof is nearly destroyed, causing classes to end whenever the weather changes. Only 2 teachers handle the junior high school. The headmaster shared this struggle with Channel One News.
When there are only 2 teachers handling the school, from Form 1 to Form 3. And I look at the subjects comprised, 10 subjects teaching by a teacher, 10 subjects teaching by a teacher. And we don't have a furniture, we don't have a sitting place, we don't have a classroom, nothing. We are only managing, sitting under the trees. And we are appealing to government and the politicians to help us to get the structure and textbooks for the learning, and then the teaching should go on successfully.
The primary school faces similar challenges, with students often sitting on the bare floor due to lack of furniture. The assistant head teacher also spoke out about these issues.
Even the teacher's furniture, we don't have even single one. And pupils' furniture, you can see it. This is about 3 classes furniture. Because you have come, we have to assemble the classes, the furniture to this class so that all the children can get place to sit. But the moment we leave, you leave. We separate the class again. We divide the furniture to them. And a child, about 3 children will take 1 furniture, which cannot improve learning.
Due to the school's poor condition, teachers frequently refuse postings to the area. In 2022, during the school's 25th anniversary, Channel One reported on the situation, and both the MP and District Chief Executive promised improvements. However, nearly 2 years later, these promises remained unfulfilled.
Currently at Njoblibo EP Primary School, and the school is in a terrible state. There are no furniture in the school. The classrooms are in a very bad state. Students here, or teaching and learning, comes to an end anytime the sun is scorching or anytime the weather changes. Students are on the bare floor learning, and community members are making a passionate appeal for the authority to come to their aid. From Njoblibo EP Primary, Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira for Channel One News.
Well, that's how we wrap up today's bulletin on the Channel One Newsroom. Visit our website, channel1news.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for video content from us. Download the Channel One Newsroom app on App Store and the Google Play Store. This is the Election Bureau. Do stay tuned in for more comprehensive and timely coverage of the 2024 elections. Follow us for real-time updates and join the conversation using the hashtag GhanaPolls2024.